Hey, what the hell? We're working from home, so deal with us. Um, Hopefully, everybody had a great week. We're hoping to be joined by our buddy Darren. We had him with us last week. We invited him back for part two, and we'll see if he can make it in. I don't know what his workday's like, but hopefully we could finish up. So, what's cooking, Bose?
I so wanted to finish the whole Belrose story. I really did. Because I shared it on a you're from Belrose page and two guys from Belrose. And you can't get any more gay than that when you got two blonde guys on the same time. I would say you were blonde at once, but we can't
I
tell with your color hair.
I was blonde, by the way, and on my worst day, I had more hair than you have now. So lighten up, Francis.
Hey, listen, don't shame on the do.
I actually, you want to know what's even crazier? Not only was I blonde, but it was like long and freaking wavy and curly. And this
Oh, really?
this proves to you that the people who cut hair for a living are bullshitters because they work for tips. That when I was a kid, true story. When I was a kid, I'd go to get my hair cut. I had three sisters, so my mom, she didn't take me to a barber. We went to the salon, and I had to tag along with all of them. So the woman who cut everyone's hair, she'd go, "Oh, you have such great hair. You're never gonna, you'll never lose your hair." I'm like, "You lying sack of shit."
Hey,
So
listen, like I said, with my one barber that I had, an old Italian guy, he goes, "And whatever you got on at the top of 30 is what you keep." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll believe you because you're old and Italian, partially blind in one eye, but it's okay."
yeah, Bose, I'm gonna try to share us. I don't know if
Share
we're
and
on
keep
yet,
us live.
but see if I could share us here live, and I don't know. Maybe we're on. Hopefully, we're on.
We are on. I know we're on
All
because I
right.
heard the whole thing going ding, ding, ding,
All
ding,
right,
ding.
so we're on. So listen, before we get started, because I love to start the show out with your weekly rant, but exciting news beforehand.
Yeah,
Um,
go for it.
Teespring.com, people. Teespring.com. You want to go on Teespring.com, and if you go down to the browse line, you can put in Gov's Radio, or wait for it, you can put in No Rhyme, No Reason now, and we've got stuff. We got merch. We got shirts. We got, don't ask me why, we have beach towels. We have mugs. We got phone cases. We have masks. Not the kind
Man,
of mask that you like to wear, but the mask for breathing protection.
with the ball gag.
Yeah, not with the ball gag, the regular ones.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have our own No Rhyme, No Reason stuff. Big shout out to the Bows for getting our logo done and for Gina Kinjemi Coffin for getting us up and running. But forget about us. It's not just us. You go to teespring.com, go down to the browse, hit govsradio.com or No Rhyme, No Reason if you should be so inclined. And it's never too early to start your Christmas shopping. And go in there, get your stuff. And here's what you can do. You can take a picture of yourself with your shirt, your hat, and all your other stuff on and send it into Govs and get some free tickets. And
Looks
here we
like we
go.
have
We got we
Darren.
got the Tiki Torture. Oh, he's out. He checked out on us already. Anyway, teespring.com, and that's all I got for Teespring. So, Bose, um,
Yes.
Darren clearly knew you were going to do a rant, so he left.
All right. Well, number one, I'm so glad we're finally in phase four. I wanted to bring that up last week.
Are we?
So, yeah, we're in phase four.
Oh,
Where
no
have you
shit.
been?
I've been watching
Yeah.
the rest of the country implode, so I didn't know
Oh,
where we
yeah.
were at.
Well, first off, let's welcome this sexy, sexy man,
There he
Mr.
is. He can hear
Darren
us now.
Dillon.
What's up, Big D?
Hey, what's
How are
going
you,
on?
man?
You guys hear me?
Oh, we
You
can
hear
hear
me?
you
How
loud
are you?
and clear, good sir.
Good. I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. We were just doing. I know this is exciting news for you because you got the kids and the wife to shop for. So the No Rhyme, No Reason stuff is now available on Teespring. Are you excited?
Yeah, I can't wait to.
We love it.
So, like I said, I just wanted to go through a couple of things that have been going through the news. Number one, we're in phase four in Long Island. I don't know what the hell that means because I feel it's no different than phase three. Um, and the only thing I do like is that moderate grade entertainment, nothing like with large stadiums. So we get to go ahead and watch the new the Redskin. Oh, you can't call them that no more. So, anyways, you can't go ahead and go to large stadiums, which I'm okay because I don't go anywhere. It's like Jones Beach to watch Kiss. Do
Let me
the,
let me stop you for a minute. What
Yes.
is moderate entertainment that's allowed or not allowed?
It is allowed.
That's
The moderate meaning underneath a certain number?
that's
Yes,
Bosey's
you can't,
comedy show.
like,
Moderate.
yeah, basically that. Basically, like, no stadiums, like no shit, no shade or City Field. Sorry, no Jones Beach, no indoor.
Well, they were
theater.
limiting it. There was a limit of like 250 people or some crazy number like that, wasn't there?
Who's going to City Field? What you gonna do? You gonna buy the tickets at like what, 5,000 a piece, and for the nosebleeds?
Oh.
Come on.
Well, 250 people, that's all it really shows up at City Field anyway, so.
Listen, you're lucky if it's that number.
Wow. No love for the Mets.
I think this is crazy that they're starting baseball because it's. I mean, you look
They're
at the
not gonna.
Yankees.
I don't think they're gonna.
Chapman's out. So if Chapman has it, that means that everyone in the bullpens probably either had it, or are going to get it.
Right?
Yes.
I don't understand what they're doing.
I don't think
They're
it's going to
pushing-
happen, man. I honestly look at the Braves they lost Freeman and a couple other guys. The Yankees have 3 guys who had it. Some guys on the Nationals already opted out and said no freaking way. There's going to be a lot of if Mike Trout comes out and says I'm out, they're done. They're not playing. There's no way.
And it's not even about how it's going to decimate the team. It's more about the spread of it all.
Yeah.
So if the White Sox come to New York, they play. Someone the White Sox gets it, then he goes to Seattle, and some of that. I mean, you got to spread it throughout the whole country so quickly with just these ball clubs. But they're not playing in front of people. But they're going home to their families, right?
Yeah.
They're interacting with people on the street.
And plus one of those Mariners might have been inside Chaz, and who the hell knows what went on in there. That could have been all kinds. There could be more than just Corona going around in there.
Yeah, it could be syphilis. Who knows?
I think the main thing that also is the hot topic, and I think it was something that would stress me and Darren out, is the uncertainty, the unknown plan of opening up the schools.
Yes.
It's back.
I got an email today. Did you get an email from your kids' schools?
I got nothing.
They sent us an email today. They've created 5 different boards at this point to look into how they're going to make it more safe for everyone. There's a safety, there's a health, there's a whole. I didn't even read the goddamn thing. It's just, it's obvious what they're doing. They're trying to cover their ass as well as come up with a contingency plan.
You have to.
But I think they're just pushing it too soon. You're gonna have kids sitting in 2nd and 3rd grade with masks on. You think they're gonna keep those masks on?
No,
It's not gonna happen.
no, not a chance. And if you were a teacher, would you be on your game in a class? Would you be nervous or here's the one I asked though. I mean, growing up when I was in school, the school had like 4 custodians, and 2 of them were usually, a little loopy. I mean,
Right.
What are they going to bring in, a hazmat team every day to clean a school out? How are you going to clean a school and do that? There's no way.
I don't know. It makes no sense.
The one thing that has been irking me is that when people are saying now we are meticulously cleaning, we're sanitizing, and we're taking all the cleansing matters into
What were you doing?
What the hell were you doing before?
Yeah.
What were you doing before? Like, I mean, I understand when I went into Chili's and my menu stuck to the damn
Again
table.
with Chili's.
Right.
Enough with the Chili's. Let it go. Let it go.
But still,
He talks about
nevertheless.
Chili's like it's Peter Luger's.
So, hey, listen. that's what
My
has
wife's like that too. You and my wife should get together. She loves Chili's. That's the big
Every
deal.
week.
When we go out for anniversaries, it's chili.
Hey, that's not bad. That's good for you.
Same thing.
You 2 guys should get together. You went to Van Buren High School. You like Chili's. I think it's a perfect match. We each take a problem off our spouse's hands.
But she likes
Listen,
men, right?
listen, Darren. I already went down the rabbit hole, and my wife went to Van Buren, and not only that, she lived next to Van Buren, so I got the double whammy. I'm screwed.
If Bosey ever strays from his marriage, it's guaranteed to be a waitress from Chili's or waiter.
Oh, definitely.
Hands down, just for the discount, not even for the sex, just for the discount. I think.
Hey, listen, when it comes down to getting that hot fudge cookie with vanilla ice cream, I'll do anything.
All right, fair enough. I got you there. So guys, here before we circle back to the Belrose, because I know that you guys were basically chatting about who was the bigger deal in Belrose while I was trying to not get us thrown off Zoom for the 3rd time. I wanted to ask you guys, what's your thoughts on the name change for Redskins and where that's going with other teams and maybe schools and Who the hell knows? I mean, they're going to start taking. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be able to order blackened chicken anymore in a restaurant. There's going to be a problem. So, I mean,
But,
where do you think it's going?
If there's a group that it offends, I think you should do it. I think it's fine. I mean, are we all that married to the name Redskins? I mean, who even really gives a shit, right?
Yeah,
If
no,
it
I mean,
bothers some-
they haven't won in. That's like Jeff. You don't get upset when the little girls, that Daisy troop, when they call the Daisies. Does that bother you?
No.
Yeah. So I think then all names should be on the board then. What about the?
I think if it's truly out of an altruistic position where, look, we know we've had this name and it's offensive to people, so we're going to remove it. That's great. But if it's virtue signaling and you're doing it just to get attention, then I think it's gross. But either way, I really don't give a shit. I mean, it's a fucking name. Get rid of it. Who cares?
How much money? I know the guy was like, people are like, it cracks me up. You know how first of all, they call fans because they're fanatics, right? So all these people who go, if they change the name, I'm not going. That's the guy who's first online at the first game, right? And he's the guy who just bought the new hat, jersey, home and away, the stickers, the calendar, the whole deal. They're going to make a fortune in merch with the new name.
I don't know why people get so attached to names. Like, how could you get it's a name? If it hurts someone, let's say it was the person you're talking about, right? Let's say his son has autism and it's called the Washington Autistic Morons. It's hurtful, right? It's hurtful.
Yeah.
So if we said, well, let's change it, how can anyone say, well, this is history. We got to stay with history. It's been that name forever. Okay, so it's been that hurtful, mean, horrible name forever. So should we stick with it?
Yeah, but just so you know, though, those of us in the know with that team, we just call them Wham. Anyone who roots for that team. If you're a fan, you know that already. I mean,
I just think, Rich, I just think it's so much distraction that they're throwing at us. There's so much bullshit going on in the world.
Yeah.
Every day there's some sort of new conspiracy about what's going on with COVID. And I don't know if it's true, but did you guys see this? I saw that somewhere in Colorado, they found a squirrel that's bubonic plague. Did you guys see that story?
No.
Yeah. If it's true, I don't know. I can't even research this shit anymore. There's so much stuff that comes out at you every day. And I just feel like some of it is just a distraction so that is it good or bad? Maybe it's good. Maybe it keeps our brains from exploding, harping on one thing all the time.
I like how they came out for about a week and a half. You had the murder hornets. Right. And then it was like, it's not good enough.
It was the sandstorm from Africa, remember?
Where did that come? Where is that?
Jeff, in fairness to the murder hornets, they poked their head out for 10 seconds and said, fuck this. This is crazy. They're going to come back again. You watch. They'll come back. Even they have their limits. They're not going to step into this.
They're going to wait till COVID's cleared up because they don't want to get sick.
Yeah, and they want front page. Who wants to be backseat to, COVID?
How dare they?
Yeah, exactly.
And like I said, there is a lot of bullshit going on. There's a lot of things going in news. There's always new stuff going on. The main thing that's a constant is the COVID-19 news. That will be a constant for. I want to say this is a good. It's kind of like Kiss when you go ahead and they're trying to do the farewell tour, and they're not going away. I think that's what COVID's going to be for a long, long time.
It's going to be for at least another year.
You think
from
so?
This point forward.
I mean, they've been hyping up these vaccines, and supposedly there was one today that made it to the next phase already, and it's been showing building up immunity in the people in the test case. I'm being optimistic because my sister and I are talking yesterday, and my mom's in a nursing home, and they have a rule in New York State. I don't know if the other states have it, but the facility needs to be COVID free for 28 straight days, and then they will begin limited visitation. So allegedly, the nursing home where my mom is, June 28th, they were COVID free. So what's today, the 14th? So that's 16 days in. So for the next 12 days, we're fingers crossed, But the staff's coming and going, and people are out and about, and they're doing their thing. I'm not up, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I do think in the rest of the community, I don't know about schools right now. That seems like I don't have a kid in the school, but I would be a little worried about that. But I think in the general public, if everybody just, refrains from being psychotic for another 3 or 4 weeks, we could get a handle on this. But they're not. They're crazy. They're going out. They're no masks. They're not doing anything.
I don't know. It's like I said, it's a collaboration of of 4 generations of the shittiest period of time to be living in. It truly is. Between the seniors, the middle-aged men, the whiny, snotty teenage / millennial 20-year-olds, whatever, and then the little kids. It's such a shitty era to be living in. I wouldn't. I wouldn't even know how to do this if this was back in the 80s. I would have no clue. No clue. I don't know. It would pretty much like our parents going, "You're okay now. Go outside and play." We lost Darren.
You spit on Darren and he left.
I did. On Darren and he disappeared.
Oh.
Hopefully he'll join us again.
Yep. Let's see if he gets back in.
When he does come back in, but before he comes back in, listen. Listen. Speaking about the 80s, okay. At what point are we going to get under control with the gun violence that's been going on in New York City? It seems to be that we're going back to the 80s of how gun violence has gone up.
Yeah.
And okay. And like I said, in the front page of the Daily News, we have a 1-year-old that was killed.
Telephone.
It's not for me. Not my phone.
Hold on. I'll find out if it's for you.
Okay, I'll talk to everybody. So while Rich goes ahead and answers his 1920s phone, it's just disturbing the fact that a little kid. I mean, like, it's not no new news, but the thing is that it's got to get under control. I mean, between the morale of the police, I understand nobody likes the police. They're against the police. They hate the police. They defund the police. Whatever you want to do with the police, but unfortunately. Now that I don't know if it's another thing because of the defunding of the police, now that they're reporting all the gun violence going up, but the fact that, like, when you see it, no pun intended, in no colors, when you see it on black and white and on front of the paper, where you see little kids, being killed by, bullets, it's not a laughing matter.
No,
and the shit's got to get under control. It's absolutely ridiculous. It shouldn't have happened. And somebody needs to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get shit under control again.
Hey, listen, I don't want to have I want to have a fun show and not get too serious because between Corona and all that. But I'll just say this. This is my whole take on it. If you live in a city, go freaking vote. 21% of the people who were registered voters in Manhattan voted for the mayor. Go vote. That's all I'll say. You can't complain. Yeah. All the people who complain, get off your ass and go vote.
Exactly.
If 4 out of 5 of you sitting home, that's it. So they got to vote. Things will change. They get somebody competent in there, and that's all I got for you. I got a tough topic for you, Bosey. I got a serious topic for you.
Good, because I'm still aggravated. I still didn't get to talk about Belrose with Darren. God damn it!
He's ducking you for some reason. So either you dated the same people or something. I don't know. But, we'll get him back in. He's coming back. I have a feeling. But I have a question for you. I was reading some goofy news articles.
Okay, go ahead.
And there was a poll that they submitted to people. And
what else?
Wait, here was the question. You ready? If given the ability to convert a spare room in your home to one of the choices below, which would you use the most? Okay? Now, I'll tell you the choices in the order now. 58% of the respondents, it came in as man cave / she shed. They counted a she shed as a spare room only because they didn't have a better name for it. So man cave, wool man cave, if you will. Okay.
All right.
58% of the people said if they had to spare room, that's what they would get the most use out of.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
31%.
Okay. Here we go.
Said home office. That if they had a home office, they would get the most use out of it because working from home and whatnot, okay?
Well, once again, if I had a home office, I wouldn't have to be sitting in my station or shop right now to go ahead and...
Yes, you would, because you wouldn't be allowed in it.
Exactly, I mean...
No. So Bose, 58 for the man cave she shed.
Right.
31 for the home office. That's 89%.
Okay, we still have 11%.
Yes. See, that's why you're here, because of your math skills. It's like, you're no rhyme, no reason math guy. 11.
Abacus.
11% picked Dominatrix / sex room.
Wow. When you bring out something like that.
11%. That's 1 out of 9.
Now, I'm just curious. Is this a new study, considering that only about a year or two ago that movie 50 Shades of Grey came out?
Don't know, but I think it means that we probably know less about our neighbors than we think.
That's
We
true.
got the big guy back again. Let's let him back in.
All
Survey
right.
says,
Ding, 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 ding.
where is he?
He'll be popping up, but I have no problem with the dominatrix room. I got some whips and chains and rope
So
and
you don't
duct
think
tape.
that's a very high number? Where is he? Drum
No,
roll.
he's coming in.
Brrr. There he is. Hey, he's back.
Got to connect his audio.
Oh, got the audio. You back? You unfrozen? He looks like
I love that.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah,
We see you, but you're
In,
frozen.
out, in, out, in, out.
can you guys?
Wow, you got like, I don't know what's going on with it.
Oh,
Oh, the
there he
Wi-Fi.
is.
There we go. Okay.
So what do you got? Dial up? What are you doing over there?
My internet.
Wow, that's because you got 11 people on 3 devices each at the house.
No, we have Optima online all day. We've been having problems with it. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
so Darren,
all day long. I don't know what's going on. Optima sucks.
I
I'm gonna
just
see
gave-
if I can. Right now, I'm going to connect right through my phone.
there you go.
Yes.
I just gave Jeff these results of a poll that I saw, and they asked people who, if you had a spare room in your home,
What's that?
this poll, if given the ability to convert a spare room in your home to one of the choices below, which one would you use the most? 58% man cave she shed, 31% home office, 11% said dominatrix sex room.
I am definitely bending that Darren would go for the sex room.
I think we froze him again. The expression on his face tells us everything.
You know, every time when he freezes, it reminds me of that movie Awakenings, and he could play the what was his name, Robert De Niro, the part so well.
Jeff, we could go on record as saying that this tech issue is not a no rhyme and no reason issue. It's a double D issue.
Listen, anything that goes on with our show has no rhyme, no reason.
Right. He's out
Once
again.
again.
He's hiding something from Belrose, and we don't know what it is. But he's
Yeah,
hiding.
I really want to know what went on south of Jamaica Avenue. What was going on over there?
How close did you guys live to each other?
We maybe 5-6 blocks away at most.
And were you
we
there at the
never
same
bumped into
time?
each other.
You were there at the same time.
Yeah, we were there at the same time, technically. But yeah, no, it's just we never crossed paths for some odd reason. It was really weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is weird. And I mean, which one of you guys was the nerd and one of you guys was the cool kid, probably?
I would definitely lean towards I was an outcast more than a nerd.
Well, I could see that. We got a blink. We got a Darren blink.
Bloop, bloop,
Bloop, bloop, bloop, bloop,
bloop, bloop.
Yeah.
Is he back?
Yes.
Is he back? Well, folks, thanks for joining us tonight. We had a great show. Oh, wait. Oh, there he is.
All right, listen, before he cuts out again.
Let's hear it. No, let's back up. Now, you go ahead. I was into that question you had about something.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, so they gave a poll, anyway, for people listening, the 12 people that might be listening, you're going to hear it for the third time. They did a poll, and they said, if you had the ability to convert a room in your house for a spare room, what would you get the most use out of? A, man cave / she shed kind of room. 58% said yes. 31% said yes, that they would get the most use out of a home office. And 11% said dominatrix sex room.
100%. That's a little low.
That's I said to Bosey, you got to get used to knowing your other 8 neighbors. There's something going on over there.
I told you
Let's-
Darren would so go for the domination.
He's like, only 11? Everyone I know's
Yeah,
got one.
only 11.
Yeah.
I would think that's more like 40 or 50%.
Well, you got to have the room in the house, you know. You can't just make the kids
obviously-
bunk together till they're 18 just because you want the dominatrix room.
Obviously, they didn't do this poll out in the Hamptons.
Well, they also have 38 rooms in the house in the Hamptons.
True.
Yeah.
So they probably got 2 one in each wing.
Yes.
Yeah, so, Bose, you were going to ask him a question. What was it?
Oh, Jesus Christmas. Okay, listen. I real quick, I want to finish the whole Belrose thing finally. We'll
Yes,
put a period
let's
to it.
finish it.
Yes. Okay. So now you said you grew up. Now, what year did you move out of Belrose?
95, 94.
95, 94. All right. I was in high school at the time. I was at Martin Van Buren High School. Now, what high school did you have to go to? Oh, no, you.
I
No,
was
yeah,
in
what?
Nassau.
You
I
were
was
in
on the
Nassau at the time.
Right.
Oh,
So I
okay.
went to Ball Park.
So you did like the Sawanica thing.
Right, right. I
I'm
wasn't
so
going to school
sorry.
to do sorry.
But not as sorry as I was to go to Martin Van Buren.
For
I
Well,
had
let me
to-
tell
years.
you, Van Buren was rough, but where I went to, I guess they call it middle school or
Right.
junior high, 7th and 8th grade. Do you remember a school called Albert T. Stanford?
Yes.
That was like Fort Apache to Bronx. That was horrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you
There
went.
were race wars every day. It was frightening. For a 12-year-old, I showed up there and there were kids driving to school. I'm like, you're in 8th grade. How are you fucking driving?
I'll do one just as close. I'll do one just as close. I was on that borderline of either I was able to go to 172
Mm-hmm.
or, and this is where I went to, 109.
I don't know the difference.
The difference is the school that I went to, I was one of 5 white people, and I got my ass handed to me every single day.
Yeah, but you would have gotten your ass handed to you in the white school too. Let's face it.
Yeah, but okay, yeah, you got a point. Yeah, true.
Bosey just didn't fit in with any color, just none.
No, I didn't. Now
You're like a
did you
beige
ever-
crayon. Nobody uses it. Nothing. No use for you whatsoever.
Now, did you ever like hang out over there at Braddock Park at all every now and again?
Yeah, I hung out there a lot. I was maybe a 5-minute walk from my house. We'd go there and play basketball all the time.
I usually hang out at the handball courts, and I'd get winded after like the first serve.
That's where the dirtbags hang out, the handball courts. Were you a dirtbag?
I told you. Like I said, I was an outcast. Yeah, I was.
The long hair, smoking cigarettes.
Yep. Hanging out with those.
What kids today don't know what handball is? We went by a handball court the other day. We're going to the beach. My kids are like, "What is that?" It's just a wall. I'm like, "Oh, that's a handball court." Like, what's handball?
Yeah, that's
They have
horrible.
no idea.
That's horrible.
I'm like, that's when we went to get high and laid.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
pretty much.
Bosey, for you it was high and high.
Yeah, it was. It was
raped.
high and high. Hey, listen, just because like, a couple of, of the homeless needed something and comfort at the time, who am I to like, not be a giving person?
So wait, so how far apart did you guys actually live in your you overlapped your time there? How many blocks apart were you?
Like I was saying, he froze again?
I don't know. I think he did.
I
I see
I
a
hear
back.
you guys. You hear me?
Yeah, I got
can see
you.
We can hear you, but you're frozen.
Okay, I can hear him again.
There we go.
So
I can hear you.
he was
Let's keep going.
okay. So he was about. I want to say he was about like 4 blocks south of the Braddock Park, and I lived right across the street from it.
And
Is
how
that-
old
is
were
that
you
correct?
guys? So how far apart are you guys in age?
I don't know, Darren. How old are you?
How old are you, Jeff?
I'm 40. I'm going to be 42.
I'm fucking way older than you. You're at 40. I'm 8 years older than you.
Oh shit.
You were a
okay.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was playing, you were probably still like, in grade school when I was playing over there.
I was probably riding my bike, hanging out, and doing all the.
Yeah, giving homeless guys hand jobs.
Hey, listen, $5 was a lot back then. Okay.
Pays the bills, right? You go and get a slushie with that money.
You got a shitload for $5 back in like late '80s, early '90s.
And let me tell you something. I'm glad you guys just
two
said that.
baseball cards.
I'm glad you guys just said that because I have an important question to ask you both. Not about Bosey giving hand jobs to
Go
homeless
ahead.
guys.
Go ahead.
Okay. I want to discuss something I think of great national importance right now. So 2 brilliant minds like you guys could probably help solve this.
Oh boy.
What the fuck is the penny still around for? Why is there a penny? When I was a kid, you could go to the store and get something and come home with it with a penny. It has no
Have you never
use.
paid for anything that was like $7.31?
What, in pennies? All in pennies?
No, not penny.
You just described Bosey's Christmas shopping.
Don't forget
He walks
Teespring.com.
around Macy's with a roll of pennies.
With a hand truck.
Like a big shot.
Yeah, with a hand cart. No, but I mean, but you can't get. I remember, when I was a little kid, and I'm older than you guys. My dad was a smoker. That why he left us too soon, obviously. But when I was a kid, he'd send me around the corner, and to get him cigarettes, which they would sell to anyone. I was 7. You could get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And the change,
Right.
and the change was like a nickel. Right, so maybe he gave me 50 cents, and they were 45 cents or something. And with a nickel, I would come home with a handful of candy. For a nickel, you can't even get.
Right.
You can't get nothing. You just throw that in a fountain.
Well,
there's nothing to do with it.
Well, all I know is that you.
Time.
Hello.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just about to say. I was like, back in the '80s, I mean, you went into like the candy store with $1. You had enough to go ahead and get a sugar high, and if you had diabetes, you'd be dead.
Right.
But now, and now it's like, I don't know, what are they, like, $1 each?
But what do you do with a penny now? What?
I don't know. I've been holding on to them.
But wait a minute though. But Bose, this is the craziest part. I actually went online to find this out because it was torturing me, and I had to find out.
Go ahead.
They've made 288 billion pennies.
Okay.
Okay, of which 130 billion are in circulation. They say. Okay. Here's the kicker. It now costs 2.06 cents to make a penny. Why are we making them? They cost twice as much to make. Here, you can't use a penny in a vending machine. There's 99% of the tolls in the country don't take pennies, right? And where else? Oh, and they said if you rounded prices up and down accordingly, there'd be no impact to anybody. So why do we have this fucking thing?
Well, have you not gone ahead and gone to your local wishing well? Come on.
Yeah, but if you went in and picked up nickels and dimes, wouldn't you be happier?
Well, yeah, those are nice, but I like the stuff that folds.
I mean, I know you pay for lap dances with pennies, but I'm talking about the average American does nothing with these. They sit in a big water jug,
listen.
right?
This has got to be one of the most interesting conversations I've ever had about money before in my life. It's so just riveting.
And in all due respect, that's how I think I got paid for my last comedy gig, was in pennies. But
you were overpaid.
Well, money is going to be gone. It's just a matter of time before we don't even touch money anymore. We're almost there.
All of it? Well, think it's all gone? All cash?
I think it's I don't think that it won't. Think about it. We pay for everything with cards and with your cell phones, and there's going to come a point where we're not even going to touch money anymore. I don't think that we're that far away from it, right?
Wow.
I don't think it'll be in our lifetime, but definitely it'll be to the point of like where with the thumb, and just go ahead and push the payment.
You don't think in our lifetime? You think so in your lifetime, you think you're still going to be using currency?
No, I don't think that.
Really?
Oh. I don't think that. I think by the time my kids are, and by the time Jeff's youngest are like in college, I think currency will still be available, but no one's going to touch it. It's not going to be necessary. I hardly ever have cash on me now. The only time I have cash on me is if I go out to a club or a restaurant so I can tip.
But now, Darren, let me ask you this. What then are you supposed to go ahead and put in the G-string of a stripper? An IOU?
Your balls.
That hurts every time. And when they snap the string, every time.
Let's go right back to what Jeff was saying about that, or Rich rather, about the S&M room. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, get one at home. Right. True. Yeah, Jeff, you actually can just Venmo the money and then have them over.
Okay. All right.
And I don't want to
never even used. Have you guys used Venmo?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Wait, say again?
It's just how does it work? I've never used it.
It's an app on your phone. You link it to a debit card or something, and and
that's it.
You can send money back and forth to people.
I don't know. I have trust issues.
Why do we need cash anymore? I mean, we're doing that with Venmo. Come on.
Shake the
You guys still there?
Etch-a-Sketch.
I
Yes.
think we got to Can you Venmo him some broadband, some bandwidth, something? Give him something over there. Somebody send him non-dial-up service, please.
But you want to know what? Here's the kicker, though. This is why I rely on cash. All right.
There we go. Back.
Okay. Good. We all know what you look like. It's perfect. We all know what you look like. We just need to hear your voice.
We're good. We're good. I think my internet just popped in again, so we're good.
You just wanted to take your pants off. We know.
Actually, I just wanted to end that conversation. It was boring the fuck out of me.
Well, like I said, when you guys get done paying with your Venmo and your credit cards, and we have another Sandy, and the credit card doesn't work because it uses electricity, I'll go in there with my wad and go, here you go.
You're right.
No, I'm paying.
Your wad.
Correct. That's something that we don't think about.
Your wad.
That's just like this pandemic. We don't think about that. We don't think about when there's a major natural catastrophe and we don't have access to our electronics. How are we going to pay for shit? And that's probably why we'll always have it on us or available to us. But I think the day is coming where it's rare when people just. I mean, who walks around with billfolds? Mobsters, right? That's it.
Well, and drug dealers.
That's it. No one else carries cash like that anymore, right?
Well, Bosey evidently says he has a wad on him all the time. So.
Oh, listen, it's really receipts and IOUs.
It's old birthday cards from your grandmother. Shit like
So
that.
let me ask you. Let's take a quick step back and then we'll push back forward. What were your feelings? Are you happy that you moved out of Belrose?
I never even thought of that. It was so long ago. I guess it was time. All my friends were growing up. We're done with college. Everyone was moving away. The area is not. When I left, it was still pretty good, but it's shit now.
What's it like now?
It's gross. It's more like Queens. It is foreigners everywhere. Not there's anything wrong with foreigners, but it's not like it was. There's cars everywhere, and you can't park, and it's just not the same, But everything changes, and as far as me being happy about leaving there, I just felt like it was time for me to, carve out my own path and just, leave the nest.
Now, when you got to move out to Long Island like I didn't move out to Long Island until May 2001. So when you moved out and you were sitting there going like, holy fuck, you mean I could come home from the bar and not have to go ahead and make it a goddamn game to find a parking spot? 3 blocks close to my house?
Yep. That's huge. That's really huge.
Well, but couldn't you walk to a bar in Belrose?
Yeah, you could, but the bars I was going to, were more further down east.
You went that way? I went to Bell Boulevard. I did that route.
Oh,
yeah,
but that's Bayside, right?
Yes.
That's a good area.
Did you, real quick, and now we're going into Bayside, did you go ahead and race your car up and down Franny Lou?
I never had a decent car to race back then, but I went with friends who did, yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Darren, I remember last year, perhaps, that you had a picture on social media and you had a car that was in some bushes.
Yes, that was from years ago. When someone had sent that to me. I guess it was 15 years ago. I had bought a new Volkswagen Beetle, when they first came out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love this car. It was the 1.8 turbo. It was great. And at the time I was doing a lot of road work, traveling all over the country. So it was perfect. It was good on gas. It was reliable. And at the time I was working at a boatyard, and where we parked was up on a hill. And then below the hill was the boatyard itself. And the captain of the yard, the guy who ran it, his house was on property. So I parked my car there and it was a stick. So I put the e-brake on and went up to my office. And all of a sudden, as I'm walking up the stairs, I heard a pop. And the e-brake let loose, and the car rolled up the hill, through the weeds, into my boss's kitchen, through the wall.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How was your Christmas bonus that year?
I was about to say.
He was very. He was cool about it. I mean, there was actually a recall in the car for that. I found out afterwards that the e-brake didn't hold on it, so they had to bring the crane up. Yeah, the car was literally in his kitchen. It went through the wall in his kitchen. Thankfully, no one got hurt.
Jeff, can we get back to the fact that he was driving a Volkswagen Beetle?
Okay, well, listen. You want to know what? Maybe it's a Belrose thing because you want to know what?
Oh no!
I'll go ahead. I had a Golf.
No.
Okay, Volkswagen's a good car. They're reliable. They get good gas mileage. I'm traveling the road all over the country. I needed something decent.
You could beat
What
the
were you
piss out
doing?
of them too.
What was Rich driving? Driving around on like a Cadillac, like a fat old man? What were you doing back there?
You know,
He's above Volkswagen.
it's not important.
It's not important.
This is about you, not about me.
Wait, hold on. Let's dabble into his inner Italian. And considering the era he grew up, it was either A.
What year are we talking? What year? I'll tell you what I had.
This was like 2002.
2002.
BMW.
No. I did have one in 05 though.
Fucking asshole.
I had one in 05. I'm older than you guys.
2002. Let's see.
Wait, Jeff. I would have.
BMW's the guess.
You
Mercedes.
No, didn't. Nope, didn't have one. No, I had. I probably had a Mustang.
Oh, really?
I had a bunch of them. I had a
That's
bunch
what
of
I'm
Mustangs.
thinking about getting rid of it. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I never really wanted one. I bought it on a lark. My other car got wrecked, and they're okay. But now I hear they're not even making Mustang cars next year, right?
No, they're supposed to. I think they're gonna do a reset, and the rumor is that they're trying to come out with one that's all-wheel drive.
Yeah, like a crossover. It's gonna be like an Infinity or something like that, like one of those Subarus.
Right, but they're killing it. They're ruining the design. If they came out with a regular one, all-wheel drive, I would look. I had so many of them. I had a 13. My son's got a 12 now. I had a 10. I had an 08. I had an 80, 88 back in the day. I had a whole bunch of them.
They're fun cars. They are fun cars.
Yep.
Darren, what was your first?
Bronco's putting out a new like.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. They're coming out with a new vehicle.
Wait,
what was your first?
Bosey, wait, did you say you drove a Golf?
Yes, I drove a Golf, a Volkswagen Golf.
Okay,
how about this? You ready? Here's my first car.
Chick magnet?
My first car. What?
Was it a chick magnet?
Oh, yes, it was. My first car was a 1984 Buick Regal.
Your first car?
That's a great car. That's a great
Real hot car. Yeah.
And then the couch back seat, it fit perfectly for my fat ass when anybody decided they wanted even to touch me in my time.
You want to know my first car, Jeff? I'll make you feel better about your first car. 65 Plymouth Valiant.
Oh, well, that's
not a bad car.
No, dude. What the? I'm really getting a little pissed off here, Darren. He's sitting there like, by the way, I had this piece of shit. Meanwhile, we're like, I would have loved to have had that.
Well, you drove a Golf. I mean, a gym teacher wouldn't even inappropriately touch you with a Golf.
well, let's get it straight. It has nothing to do with the Golf.
That's true. Yeah. The guy had nothing to work with. That's true.
No.
My first car was a 1981 Chevy Malibu. It was horrible.
Hairdresser's car. Yeah.
Boxy, very boxy.
Very boxy, and I think it was like a rust orange. It was just, it was terrible. But it was mine. I paid $800 for it, and it was mine.
What was your favorite car you ever owned?
The one I had that got wrecked before I bought the Mustang. I had a 350Z.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bose,
I just paid that car off. I paid that car off the week before Memorial Day 2 years ago, and I was going to work, and I got smashed from behind and wrecked it just as I paid it off. Yeah, I was pissed.
My favorite car that I've owned, I still lean towards the 1980, I want to say 89 Trans Am, or 85 or 89 Trans Am I had.
Wow.
That was my favorite car. Where you had the little headlights that went.
Yeah.
I think that's 85.
85? Okay.
Because I think in 89 they may have gone to that glass. I'm not sure. Maybe that was 90. You know when that like smooth glass, they got rid of the flip up eyelids?
Yes. I remember. Yeah, with the Okay. Yeah, I remember.
I miss the Firebirds. I'm sad that Pontiac went under. I like their cars.
Yeah. All these companies though, they're either selling these little Prius type cars or trucks now. That's all they're selling.
I wish I could get a Tesla. That's my dream, to one day have one of those cars. I love those Teslas.
Well, stop squeezing out kids, for God's sakes.
You like them?
A Tesla?
You guys like the Teslas?
It's a nice car.
My daughter wants one.
They start at $70,000. That's like
no. The 3 Series is the Tesla 3 is starts at like 30 something.
Okay, 37, but that's not with the automatic driving in it. You got to pay an extra $7,000 for that.
What do you mean automatic driving? You don't want to drive your
There's
own
a
car
new
now?
upgrade now. Look, there's a new upgrade on Tesla. It's not out yet. I think it's coming out at the beginning of next year, or it's just now coming out, where it's full automatic driving. Full
I
automatic.
don't want that.
Are you kidding me?
Never.
Why not?
I like to drive. What's the point?
I like to drive too. You can interrupt it, but you know what? When it's late at night, it's nice to have that.
I wouldn't trust it. I would not trust it.
I would trust it.
Now, how about if somebody wants to
GM's
get?
making it.
What if somebody goes ahead and hacks into your car and then, like, you know?
Yeah. Woo! Off a cliff. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It was the car.
Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in Elon Musk. The guy's sending fucking rockets into space. I think he's got that whole hack thing down.
You know what? I had a lot of faith in him until I saw what he named his kid, and it's like basically I don't know if it's symbols or table of elements or some shit or.
I think that's more his wife though. She's a little bit loopy.
Aren't they all?
He really is loopy though.
Wow.
How do you know? How do you not love Elon Musk? The guy's a genius. All he does is work, and he just wants to make everything better.
And he smokes pot.
Yes. So you gotta love him.
Right.
Well,
You
that's
guys
where
smoke?
old.
Do you guys smoke?
I
Rich.
do not.
No.
Never had a cigarette. Never did a drug.
Good for you.
Let's see here. I did smoke pot in the 90s during high school because that was the thing to do.
Right.
And then when I had a couple of unsavory complications with it, where I went ahead and I had an altercation with a washer dryer, I decided to stop.
What?
Who won?
Elaborate.
We'll leave it at that.
No
Let's
way.
Just say,
No way.
Let's just say,
I want details.
listen, let's just say the washer dryer needed a cigarette after I was done.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So.
Well, Musk is the man. I'm telling you, he's gonna have us on Mars by my kids' generation. I think.
What are we gonna do there?
I don't know, build a new planet. I guess this one's falling apart.
Yeah, we're shitting up this one. I know.
Oh God, it's terrible.
Jeff, I have one more
Yes.
important question for you that I wanted to ask you and Darren, because now that he's on,
Yeah.
because I know Darren was riveted about the penny, so now this is the important one.
Oh
And
boy,
I
here
don't
we
know,
go.
and now I haven't been to your house, so I don't know if you have or do not have one. But
Darren definitely has one.
thoughts on the bidet?
I don't have a bidet. I wish I did have one.
Okay, Bose.
Let me tell you a little story. It
Uh-oh.
was 1994. I'm out on a boat with a friend of mine, right? Out in East Rockaway. Coming back, we were fishing all day. And it was like, I don't know, midnight at the time we got back into the harbor and everything's closed. You know, they have little bathrooms, but everything's closed because it's late. And I had to take the biggest deuce ever. I was dying. So my buddy's like, just go over the boat. I'm like, that's disgusting. He's like, just do it. I'm like, all right, I got to go. So I did what I had to do. I'm like, I need something to wipe with. He's like, I ain't got anything. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? Gives me a hose. It was the cleanest, most refreshing feeling I ever had in my life. It was the cleanest shit I ever had. I'm all for bidets.
So Bose, it's funny because it's never caught on in the U.S., right? It's never caught on, but around the rest of the world, the bidet is pretty popular.
They should.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. You take a shit and you just wiping it with a piece of paper and then going on with your day. If you picked up a giant turd off the ground and threw it in the garbage, would you just take paper and wipe off your hands and that's it?
Or whoever's
No.
next to me.
No, you'd freaking wash them, right?
Yeah.
Well,
We're
listen.
disgusting. We should all have bidets.
Listen, as much as I would like to have that sensation of having something else other than cum squirted up my ass.
Well, well, Bose, it's funny you mention that because do you know that what the word bidet means?
No, what?
Well, it actually is derived from a French word for a small horse, a short-legged horse called a cob. So it would literally be like a short-legged horse squirting fluids up your ass.
And I've actually seen that video on YouTube.
So you're his subscriber, are you? Nice.
See, I'll go ahead and be personal, but since Darren went ahead and released his sensation of having a joy feeling of getting hosed up the ass.
He didn't say hosed up the ass. He said hose water.
Oh, hose water.
Yeah,
Okay.
different.
So
Difference.
on my end, okay, I'll go on the dainty path where I go ahead and still going strong for these past going on 42 years. I'm a Huggies wipe kind of guy. Still wiping.
That's a good move. That's a good move.
And my ass has never smelled minty fresh ever in its life.
But you can't throw those down the bowl either.
No, I toss it right in the trash bag receptacle thing, and then at the end of the day, tie it up, throw it out.
So you would use those rather than a bidet?
For some reason, you get the same effect. It's a wet nap. It's like cleaning everything.
But don't
I'm not sitting there though, Rich, and going like, let's get all the way in. I'm not doing that.
No, but let's say you're out somewhere. Are you gonna?
Yeah.
Do you whip out a package of wipes and take them into the bathroom with you?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
I got them. I got them in my little fag bag that I carry around with me. Absolutely.
You know who travels with those?
Who?
Someone very famous who travels with those. He talks about it on Howard Stern, and he gives them out on movie sets. Do you know who it is?
Brad Pitt.
Nope. Close.
Oh, shit. Howie Mandel.
No. Will Smith.
Really?
Will Smith, really?
Will Smith was talking about it years ago on Howard Stern. He would pass them out all over the place.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's a good move, Bosey. I got to say, I'm impressed.
Yeah,
Jeff,
I said, I
use the ones with the aloe or just the plain ones?
Well, I don't know. I guess it would be with the aloe if this is the Huggies wipes.
Nice.
Listen, for $36 a box, I'm okay. I'm okay.
I feel like if everyone had a bidet, though, it would be, you wouldn't have to carry anything.
If everyone had a bidet, then you could shave there too. Think of that.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth.
Jeff's thinking about it.
Wait a minute. Wait, listen, I am not about to shave, but you got me at brushing the teeth.
Well, what do they cost? Does anyone have any idea what they cost to get put in?
How much could it be? Like $500-600 more, right?
I don't know.
It's just the equipment. It comes with a pump. It's just, I don't think it could cost that much more.
Well, the only one I know, there was an expert on this, and that would be Eric Shevlin from Ashland. He recently put one in his house because of the great toilet paper shortage of 2020.
Wow. But I think Darren was onto something because the pressure from the garden hose had to be much better than the bidet, no?
Oh, it was invigorating.
You probably it hit him so hard an Ilios pizza he ate in grade school came out.
How'd you know I ate Ilios?
Everybody did.
Oh my God, that shit school pizza. Oh my God, I forgot about those.
Let me tell you something. This is a true story. When I was a kid, my mom had a part-time job at another elementary school, a few hours a day in the lunchroom, right in the back in the kitchen, and we would come home from school. And you would think it was the greatest, like you would think you were living with Bobby Flay. Like there was food coming up. You'd come home and occasionally there would be leftover the little pizzas or Jamaican patty, which I thought was the greatest thing in the world.
I love those patties.
The little milks and the giant chocolate chip cookies. And I'm like, when you're in elementary school, that stuff's like crack.
Yeah.
The greatest thing ever.
Oh, one quick thing. A bullshit story that was fed to me when I was in elementary school. When the lunch woman, whoever it was, and she got on, listen, these burgers are the same burgers from McDonald's. And I was like, you can go fuck yourself. That's a lie. They taste like the shittiest, crappy end of a Roy Rogers cheeseburger at best.
At best, right.
Let alone a McDonald's. Don't try to fool me. I've been eating McDonald's and getting fat since I was 4.
Yeah.
I remember those school hamburgers also like being a little greenish. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, they was not. They. You know what? I feel like those were the beginning of what is now those Impossible Burgers.
Yes.
Because they were not. There's no way they were meat. There's no way that was beef or whatever.
They were really gross.
Yeah, no,
they had like a non-organic taste, like almost like cardboard. They were really gross.
Yeah,
but we ate them.
Yeah, no, we. It's funny. Even my son, before when he graduated high school, like the only time they would never eat lunch at school. It would always go out and whatever. But I'd always say to him, "Oh, you got money for lunch?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, it's Chicken Patty Wednesday." They would have these one day a week. They'd have these chicken patty sandwiches, and it was the only thing the kids ate. And he would
remember those
2 of those, and I'm like, oh, okay. And him and his friends would all brag. I'm like, it's freaking school cafeteria food. It's crap. Nope, they loved it.
Well, the one thing
around the Lays.
Yeah.
The one thing that I remember I did, I was a candy dealer in school. And Rich, not now at my age when I was attending school when I was younger. So fuck off.
Well, you're not allowed near schools now, so I know.
No, I'm not. No, not with the order of protection.
Yeah.
So I would go in school. I would buy a whole bunch of stuff, and throughout school, in junior high school, I would go ahead and I would open up my school bag. I had those sugar straws, like the different flavors.
The pixie sticks.
Yes,
Yep.
I would sell those. And can I tell you something? I spent $10. I came home with $40 or $50 that day.
Nice.
It was great.
Well,
Great.
guys, I hate to burst our riveting conversation on elementary school
God
food, but
damn it! Just when everything was getting sweet.
we got to wrap it up because our time is up. Darren, love having you on. Anytime you want to jump back on and pick on Bosey, you're more than welcome.
Absolutely.
And Bose, always a pleasure to see your beautiful face.
Listen, Darren, thank you very much for joining us for part 2.
Yep.
We really appreciate your time and you coming on because, deep down, me and Rich, we truly have a sort of a gay fetish for you.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm just happy to say that part 2 was as boring as part 1. So
and
we hit the ball out of the park,
and
boys.
there was only 3 common denominators between both shows. We'll have to figure out what they were. All right, guys.
You guys are great. I love you guys.
Take care, man.
Love you too. Have a good
Thanks
night,
for tuning in,
everybody.
folks.